What are the different ways artificial intelligence can improve business productivity? Follow Pacta's artificial intelligence training. You will find many excerpts on the Pacta.com website. Listen to this podcast that presents concrete examples of how artificial intelligence is used in businesses.
Hey there, ready to dive into AI for business?
Absolutely.
And don't worry, we're not talking about robots taking over the world, at least not today.
Right. This is about practical stuff, things you can use in your business, like right now.
We've got a ton of research and articles, so we're going to break it all down for you.
We'll show you how even small companies are already using AI to save time and boost productivity.
Exactly. It's not just for the big tech giants anymore.
And you don't need to be a computer whiz to make it work for you.
Okay, so let's set the scene.
Okay.
You're a business owner. You're crazy busy, constantly putting out fires.
Oh, yeah.
And you keep hearing, AI this, AI that.
It's everywhere you turn.
It can be kind of overwhelming, right?
It definitely can.
Where do you even begin?
Well, I think a lot of businesses get tripped up because they think AI is all about replacing their team with robots.
Right, which, let's be honest, is a little terrifying.
It's a valid concern, but the truth is, it's way more about empowering your team.
Empowering how?
Think of it this way. What are those tedious, repetitive tasks that just suck up everyone's time?
Oh, you mean like data entry?
Exactly.
Or scheduling appointments?
Yes, or answering the same customer questions over and over.
The kind of stuff that makes you want to bang your head on the desk.
Exactly. AI can take over those tasks, freeing up your team to focus on the stuff that really matters.
So instead of my team feeling like robots, the robots can do the robotic work.
Precisely.
I like the sound of that. So give me an example. Let's say I'm drowning in spreadsheets. How does AI actually help me move the needle for my business?
Well, imagine if instead of spending hours manually entering data into those spreadsheets, your employees could use that time to actually analyze the data.
Okay, to find trends, to make smarter decisions.
Exactly. Or instead of chasing down colleagues for information buried in old emails.
Oh, I've been there.
They could access an AI-powered knowledge base that pulls up exactly what they need in seconds.
Okay, that's starting to sound intriguing.
Yeah.
So, less robot takeover, more like giving my team a superpowered assistant.
You got it. And one area where this is really taking off is with intelligent chatbots.
Chatbots. Okay, but we're not talking about those clunky old bots from the early internet, right?
No. Those were frustrating for everyone.
You'd end up yelling, "Talk to a human," at the screen.
Exactly. These new AI-powered chatbots are different. They use massive amounts of data and sophisticated algorithms.
So they can actually understand what you're asking.
Yes, and they can respond in a way that's helpful and natural.
Okay, less frustrating than trying to navigate an automated phone system, hopefully.
Way less frustrating. Let me give you a real-world example.
Okay, I'm all ears.
I was working with a real estate company. They've been in business for decades.
Wow, so they must have a ton of data.
They did. But it was all in physical files.
Oh no, that sounds like a nightmare.
It was a huge time suck. So they use AI to digitize all their old records and then use that data to train a chatbot.
So now, if someone needs information about a property they sold 20 years ago,
boom, the chatbot has it instantly.
No more digging through filing cabinets.
Exactly. It's about giving employees instant access to the information they need.
That's a really cool example.
What are the different ways artificial intelligence can improve business productivity? Follow Pacta's artificial intelligence training. You will find many excerpts on the Pacta.com website. Listen to this podcast that presents concrete examples of how artificial intelligence is used in businesses.
But it seems like this AI stuff isn't just for real estate, right?
You're right, it's popping up everywhere.
I mean, we're seeing it in marketing, customer service, even HR.
Every department has potential. I worked with a company that used AI to personalize greeting cards for all their clients.
Really? How many clients are we talking about?
Thousands. It would have taken a team of people weeks to handwrite all those.
My hand already hurts just thinking about it.
Right. But with AI, they just fed their customer data into the system.
And the AI wrote a personalized message for each card.
Yep. Each client felt valued and appreciated.
That's brilliant.
Ah.
But okay, this all sounds amazing in theory.
Sure.
But where do you even begin?
It starts with identifying your pain points.
Pain points? You mean those tasks that everyone hates doing?
Exactly. The ones that are always at the bottom of the to-do list.
So how do you figure out what those are?
Talk to your team. Ask them, what makes you feel like a robot?
I love that. It's not about replacing your team, it's about understanding their workflow.
Exactly. And by involving your team in the process, you can reduce any anxiety they might have about AI.
It's like, hey, we're not trying to replace you. We're trying to make your job better.
Exactly. And once you've identified those pain points, then you can start exploring all the AI tools out there.
So it's all about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Okay, but let's talk about the bottom line for a second.
Okay.
If I'm a business owner listening to this, I'm probably thinking, this all sounds great, but how much time are we really talking about saving here?
Right, because time is money.
Exactly. We're potentially talking about reclaiming hours each day.
Hours. Seriously.
Right.
Now you've got my attention.
Think about it.
Okay.
If one employee spends just 30 minutes a day on something AI could do,
Right.
that's over 10 hours a month.
Wow, yeah.
Now multiply that by your whole team.
That's a lot of time.
We're talking weeks, maybe even months of productivity every year.
It's like those minutes really add up.
Exactly. And what can you do with that extra time?
I don't know. What can you do?
Strategic planning, brainstorming, building those client relationships.
The stuff that really makes a difference.
Exactly. The stuff that gets pushed aside when you're drowning in busy work.
So it's not just about working faster.
Nope.
It's about working smarter.
Absolutely. AI gives you the space to focus on those high-value tasks.
The stuff that needs creativity, critical thinking, that human touch.
Exactly. Machines can't replicate that, at least not yet.
It's almost like AI is giving us permission to be more human at work.
I like that. And the best part is this is just the beginning.
Really?
AI is constantly evolving. There's so much more to come.
That's exciting, but also a little overwhelming.
I get it.
For those listening who might be feeling that way, especially small business owners,
Yeah.
where do they even start?
Start small. Don't try to do everything at once.
Don't boil the ocean.
Exactly. Pick one task that's eating up a lot of time.
Okay.
Maybe it's scheduling. Maybe it's email overload. Maybe it's those weekly reports.
Those little annoyances.
Exactly. Then find an AI tool that can help.
Are there even affordable options out there?
Tons. And a lot of them have free trials, so you can try before you buy.
So you don't have to commit right away.
Exactly. Look, AI might seem daunting.
It does a little.
But it's a journey, not a race.
Okay, so start small and build from there.
Exactly. You'll see the benefits before you know it.
What's so cool is that this is really just the tip of the iceberg.
I totally agree.
As AI gets even more advanced, just imagine the possibilities.
It's going to be huge. Businesses that embrace this early on have a real advantage.
So if there was one thing you want our listeners to take away from all this,
What's that?
what would it be?
Don't wait. Start exploring these tools today.
The future is now.
The future is now. The technology is here, it's getting more affordable, and there are resources to help you get started.
It's like they say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Right.
The second best time is today.
Exactly. Don't let fear hold you back.
Talk to your team, find those pain points, and start experimenting.
You might be surprised by what you can achieve.
I know I'm feeling inspired, ready to rethink how I work.
That's great to hear.
Thanks for breaking it all down for us. This has been amazing.
My pleasure. Always happy to talk about AI.
You know, it's funny.
What's that?
We start talking about AI taking over all these boring tasks.
Right.
But I'm realizing it's not really about robots replacing humans. It's about giving us the space to be more human.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Like, by taking away those robotic tasks, we have more mental energy for creativity, for strategy.
Exactly. All those things that make us uniquely human.
The things AI can't do.
At least not yet.
So for anyone listening who's thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but where do I even start?
Right.
What's one small thing they can do today to dip their toes into the world of AI?
Well, besides listening to this podcast, of course.
Of course. Of course.
I'd say the most important thing is to start small.
Yeah, don't try to do too much at once.
Exactly.
What's that saying? Don't boil the ocean.
Exactly. Pick one thing
One thing.
that's eating up your time or your team's time.
Like what? Give me an example.
Scheduling meetings.
Ugh, the worst.
Managing email.
Don't even get me started.
Those weekly reports. Anything that feels like a chore.
The things we all put off.
Exactly. Then find an AI tool that can help.
There are tools for all of that.
Oh yeah, tons. And a lot of them have free trials, so you can try them out risk-free.
That's good to know because these things can get expensive.
They can, but they don't have to be. The point is you don't have to commit right away.
So you're saying don't be intimidated by AI.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a race.
Start small, experiment, see what works for you.
You got it. And I guarantee you'll start to see the benefits before you know it.
Well, this has been an incredible conversation, really eye-opening.
Glad to hear it.
I'm feeling inspired, ready to rethink how I work.
That's what we like to hear.
So for anyone listening who's ready to take that next step,
Yes.
remember, the future is here,
It's here.
and it's not as scary as it seems.
Not at all. It's actually pretty exciting.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI for business. It's been a pleasure.
The pleasure was all mine. Thanks for having me.
And to everyone listening, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
What are the different ways artificial intelligence can improve business productivity? Follow Pacta's artificial intelligence training. You will find many excerpts on the Pacta.com website. Listen to this podcast that presents concrete examples of how artificial intelligence is used in businesses.